We should go with presentation first. Okay. Let's take a look at basic Python. It's very basic, a little bit long. Number one, that you should be able to tell in exam or when anyone asks you, why do we use Python? Okay, that's important to know. And then we will we have already talked about Python installation. Just install Anaconda. Basic data type, if, for, count, sort, lambda, function, symbolic calculation, series, data frame, array. All this may be a little bit later, but we will talk about that eventually. Okay. So benefit of using Python. Code is shorter and cleaner than other language. So it's more productivity. When the code is short, it's easy to debug. If your code is long, there is more places that you can have error. So when it's short, it's easy to debug. The debugging time can be 1/3 to 50% of your program development time. Okay, it's not small. And sometimes when you do like for engineering application, it may just take you 1 week to make the program and have it run. Just 1 week. And maybe another 3 weeks to find where's your bug, because the number doesn't look like what you want, or it doesn't match with your experiment and you don't know, hey, it doesn't match because what? There's a bug or there's no bug, but it just doesn't match because the equation that you put, it doesn't work or something. You take a while to find a bug. So if the code is shorter, is better. Okay, it's portable and it's free. When it's free, some of you may not realize what does it mean when I say free. Right now, you can use MATLAB for free, right? Legally. Once you, as a student, that's software provided by University MATLAB. Once you graduate, you're not a student anymore, that license expires. If you want to use it legally, is $2,150. And that is, okay, let me click buy now. So you have standard. Look at this, home. If you use for home, it's not for government, academic, commercial, or other, so you cannot actually use it, right? If you want to use it to like for commercial purpose, always.
So it's only $149.
That's what I say.
45, you cannot use the $45 version because what? Because are you going to sit at home and play with MATLAB? No. If you use MATLAB for your organization, probably okay. Let's say you have your own company, you want to use MATLAB. If you buy a home edition, later on you get sued. Okay, so you have to buy because you use it for commercial purpose. For home edition, you cannot use it for commercial purpose. You cannot use it for government or academic purpose. No, legally. If you use that, it's illegal. So if you want to do everything legal, use standard. And 2,150. Okay.
Is that per year?
What?
Is that per year?
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I don't think it's for life.
It can't be for life.
It can be for life.
Nobody gives you the license for life.
You will read it. I don't know if it's for life or not. I think I read
Let's
it
put your
a little bit.
credit card and see. Let's put his
But
credit card and
when you select it, okay, let's say you want what? Parallel programming? Okay, let's say you don't want that. You want curve fitting toolbox. What? $1,000 more. Optimization toolbox, 1,250. Okay. What else you want? You want symbolic math? Fine, $1,000. $1,000. Okay. The price actually fair. Why do I say the price is fair? Because it takes a lot of engineering time and scientist time. You have to hire many mathematicians, and they eat food. Okay, they have to pay for food. So because of that. I just select a couple of $6,000 for legal version. So When I say it's free, what is the impact? Impact is in the range of $6,000. Okay, so it matters, I think. But don't get me wrong, MATLAB is good. Okay, it depends on who you ask. So Python is just another programming language. It doesn't mean that it's better, but somebody said it's better. For example, one book, reference number one is, okay, Mark learning Python. Mark said, NumPy extension is more powerful to the equivalent MATLAB numerical programming. That's what Mark said. I don't know, I haven't used that much. I cannot make the comment, that's Mark's comment. And Mark is not just nobody, I'm nobody, but Mark is the one who made the book, right? So I kind of believe him. Python library are free and awesome, portable between Linux, Windows, Mac OS, fully support library. So it's good. It's MATLAB, but some part of it, MATLAB is a lot better. Some part of it, Python is better. Okay, so we have to use the right program for the right application. For numerical method, Python is good. Okay, if you do data science, Python is good. And if you develop a big program, Python is also good. So when we compare Python and C or C++, the runtime, keep in mind that the runtime itself, not the program developing time, okay, the runtime itself of C is faster. The runtime itself of Fortran is faster. Okay, runtime of C++ is also faster than runtime of Python if you compare one to one. However, when you use Python in the Pythonic way, you call the right library. Those library is already written in C or Fortran. So this means you use Fortran and C at the developing speed of Python. Okay. For example, when you do like optimization, the optimization procedure, the code when it runs, it doesn't run in Python. It call, if you use SciPy, it run the library that is already made by C. So it runs at C speed. It's fast. Okay. But if you do everything just in C, it's a little bit more headache, but it's faster. So by using this, it's fast, cheap, and the coding time is faster. And finding bug is actually a big deal. Okay, the ability to find bug easily is big deal. Okay, and it worked great. Okay, Python installation. Go download Anaconda, install it. Bash file, that is for Linux, and none of you use Linux, I think. Do you? Anyone? Just me, right? Okay. So if you use Linux, you create bash file by use the pow exclamation bin bash or something and do this. And when you run it, you have to do something more. Use chmod plus x. Okay, you don't care much about this. It's not in the test. So when you run it, if you want to kill the session, stop it, you press Ctrl+C twice. Okay. In Jupyter Notebook, if you run it from the bash file, you cannot kill it by Ctrl+C twice because you don't have the kernel window. This one is what I call kernel window. It's some number that some text that you don't understand. If you stop this, that is the kernel. If you stop that one, this thing stop. Okay? So that's the kernel. And if you are not admin, you use sudo queue process. Library installation is the same. Conda list. I don't think you want to type this conda list in command prompt directly. You have to open Anaconda command prompt. It's not the same as Windows command prompt. Okay. If you want to do both Python 2 and Python 3 together, you have to type more. I include the link for you to read. You may not use it right now, but later on you may. Okay, data type, we have numeric type. Numeric type is number. Okay. Sequence type is something that comes in sequence, like the list of something. Okay. And I have string type. String is text, character. Okay. Something that covered by double quotation mark or single quotation mark, that's string. I have set type. Set is like mathematics set. So in that set, each member, they are unique. Okay. And I have mapping type. Mapping type is dictionary, or I think I have other type of dictionary too. But most of the time you just use dictionary. Dictionary is the map type. The difference between list and dictionary, there are many differences. So one of the things is dictionary doesn't preserve the order. Okay? List preserve the order. So if you put 1, 2, 3, 4 in dictionary, actually you have to do a little bit more. It doesn't preserve order. Set doesn't preserve the order. But list, it preserves the order. Tuple, range, is preserve the order. Numeric type is natural thing, int, float, complex. We'll try. Okay. Before we go to the notebook, first you want to know about immutable and mutable. So immutable, once created, cannot be changed. Location in memory cannot be changed. Okay? You can change it, but it will create a new object. Okay? New object in different memory location is needed to store new value. Okay? So immutable, for example, number, any numbers. String is immutable. Tuple, immutable. Frozen set, that's immutable. Example come later, okay? Mutable, it can change value but keep the memory address. How do we know the memory address? You put ID, open and close. Okay, okay, this is the tip that I will show you next. Let's try it. Oh, too big. I put x equal to 1. IDX is some number, you see, 182 something. That is the location of x in the memory. I put y equal to x, ID y. It's the same, identical. Okay. Put y. When I want to run the whole cell, I do shift enter. If I do just enter, it do this. Okay, it doesn't run the whole cell. I type just y, enter, it shows the value of y. Okay. I put x plus x equal to 2 or 3. ID x. So last two digits of the address early on is 72. Right now is 36. Because number is immutable. If you want to store the new number, we cannot change that in the memory. So it just create a new memory space or new memory address to store that number. Okay. Now let's take a look at y. And y still 1. Okay. We will go more about this later. So let's take a look at the worksheet that I already created. Can you see, or you want it bigger?
Fine.
Too big?
Too big.
Too big. Okay, a equal to 1. I put type parenthesis A, it tell me it's integer. I put b equal to 1.0. Type B is float. So when I put 0.0, have no 0.0 and 0.0, they are not the same data type. It's int and float. Okay. I put C equal to 1 plus 3j. Type C is complex. It's complex number. C multiplied by C is like complex number multiplied by itself. So I have 1 square minus 3 square plus 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 3 j. So I get minus 8 plus 6j as expected. So we can use Python as a calculator. Good? Okay, let's move on. Swapping. If you realize, normally when we do swapping, we have to create another box, right? Like A equal to 1, B equal to 2. If we want to swap the value between A and B, we have to create C, and then say, okay, C equal to A, and then we swap. This time, we don't need to do that. You can do A, comma B equal to 3, 14. So I try to print out the value as I get A equal to 3 and B equal to 14. Okay? Look at how I print the number. I use print statement. Print statement, I think this time it doesn't work if you use bracket. This time have to be parentheses. You see this single quotation mark, A space equal space quotation mark. This is string. Okay, this part is the text that we put, which is this part. Okay, and then I comma A. That A linked to this number, and then I comma and I put small comma over here, the same size, comma space B space equal space single quotation mark. So this part is another text, and that text go here. So this comma is a part of the second text. Okay, and then I comma B, and then it put value B over there. So you know that equal sign doesn't come automatically.
This Python adjusts the spaces and the syntax like we didn't like VB was doing earlier. Does it adjust the syntax automatically, or we have to do
Declare?
it? Yeah, or it will appear as a bug.
Okay, the main difference between VBA, you make the whole thing and you compile the whole thing. Okay, C, C++, Fortran, you have to compile the whole code. And before you use anything, you have to declare the type. Okay, and it's preferred that way that you declare the type first. For Python, the type is kind of automatic. Okay, it changes as you assign. It pop up as you assign. So you can assign something as an integer, but typically you don't do that. You just say A equal to 1, and then A assigned to be 1. It's like MATLAB that you don't define it as integer first, right? You can just, at the first occurrence, the number is defined with that type. You will notice that when I say A equal to 1, I don't have to like dim A as integer or no. No, I don't do that. I just do this directly. Python is the interpreting language. It interprets your code along the way that you type. Okay. So when you type A to 1, you don't need to write your whole program. It can interpret that line when you press Shift Enter. So that's the difference. More question?
Is Python case sensitive?
Case sensitive. Small a and big A, they're not the same. It is.
Okay.
Question? But my actual question was that because in VBA you don't have to give spaces and like we did. Like if you like A is equals to 1, for instance, you have space after A and then space after 1. But in VBA, if you just put A is equals to 1, it will give the space automatically and adjust the code without giving an error.
I put a good one without space. It works.
Okay.
In Python, you want to make it easy to read. It's not, it doesn't adjust automatic like VBA, but whatever you do, try to make it easy to read. And the syntax force it. For example, if you use like function or for loop, you must have space for anything that is inside the loop, and you will see that in a moment. If you don't have space, it's syntax error. Like Yahweh code that it just word is just wrong. Okay. We will go more over that later, and you will actually find more when you do the homework.
Doc, I got it. Sir, I have a question. Is this the Python interface? I've never used Python, so I'm a bit...
This is Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is a kind of Python interface that make it easy to export as HTML or PDF or to teach you. Typically, you don't need to use Python interface. You can create a text file and add .py, and you can, when you run that, you can run the whole script. Okay, so you can make .py and you run that whole script. You don't need to type like this, or you can put everything in just one cell and you run it.
Yeah.
You see more later. Okay, now let's finish this basic stuff first, so it's clear what is what. So swapping, no problem. You can do swapping. Good. So if I do A, comma B equal to B, comma A, it swap the value. Okay? Easy. Okay, Python 3 only. This kind of thing is, we're not talking about Python 2. Python 2, if you do print statement like this in Python 2, you get error. Okay, I don't think you should not have parentheses or something in Python 2. So everything that we talk from now on is just Python 3, unless I tell otherwise. Okay, so 30 is integer divided by 7. 7 is another integer. If you do this in C++, you get 4. But when you do it in Python, you get whole thing. You get the digit too. Okay, like regular division. If you do slash 2 times, you get just 4. Okay, division result. That is a whole number. Percent mod. Okay, 30% 7. You get the remainder. Okay, which is 2. Dip mod. So you get the result of dip and mod in the tuple form. You get 4,2. So the first one will be dip result. The second one will be the remainder. The first one tells you how many times that you can divide. So 2 star. Okay, here's the difference. We don't use hat. We use star in Python. Star means 2 to the power of 10. Okay, 10 star 2, 10 to the power of 2, give me 100. Okay. Operator order. Python do from left to right. Okay, left to right, and it do power first, star, and then it do division and multiplication a little bit later, and it will do plus and minus last step. Okay. If you have assignment do the last step. Equal sign do at the last step. Let's take a look at this. When Python read this statement, it go from left to right? It have 2 multiplied by 3 plus. So plus, it do later. So this part kind of unrelated. It calculate first term. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Okay, 6. And then second term, you see this. What do you do first? If you do 5 divided by 2 equal to 2.5, and then you raise to the power of 2. That give you something odd, okay? It do this first. It do 2 star star 2. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 5 divided by 4 is what? 1.25, right? You see that minus 1? 1.25 minus 1 is 0.25. 6 plus 0.25 is 6.25. Good. Okay, hat is bitwise XOR. Okay. Did you read the material before you come to class? A little bit? Yeah, boy? Sure? Did you still with me, Joe? I should look at this. George, did you read the material before you come to class? Why not? Okay. Minus 1 hat 4. I get minus 5. Because it's not raised to the power like in VBA. I try to put parentheses. Parentheses minus 1 hat 4. I still get minus 5. Okay? That's not what you want to get, right? 8 hat 3. I get 11. Because that hat sign is bitwise XOR. So 8 base 2 is 1 0 0 0. 3 is 0 0 1 1, right? So XOR we get true if the input are different. We get false. False is 0, true is 1. So if it's the same, then it's false. False is 0. So 1 and we do XOR vertically. So 1 and 0, they're different. So we get 1, right? 0 and 0, they are the same. So we get 0. 0 and 1, they are different. So we get 1. 0 and 1, they are different. So we get 1. So 1 0 1 1 is 11. Look confusing, you don't need to understand it. What you need to understand is don't use hat. If you don't intend to. If you don't want to do bitwise XOR, don't use hat. What is hat? Bitwise XOR. Memorize. So if you want to raise the power, use star star. Okay, one pitfall. You see that minus 1. Minus is unary operator. Operator that requires one input, right? Unary operator. So when Python see this line, the interpreter do star star first and do minus later. So 1 to the power of 4 is 1, right? Minus operate on 1 is minus 1, so you get minus 1. If you put parentheses on, minus 1 to the power of 4, we get 1. Good? Another one that we already have function that we don't have to import anything is power, POW. Power 2, 10 is 2 to the power of 10, 1024. Power 10, 2 is 100. So it's the first number raised to the power of second number. Okay? Okay, another function, int 3.930, I get 30. So it's delete anything after the digit and give me the integer part. So that's int. Float 3 give me 3.0. So it's change the type between int and float or something. Okay? Complex 3, 10.123. So it give me the complex number. First part plus the complex part. Let's do more. I import math. Typically, all the import statement should be on the top. Okay, I didn't do that. So you can do it this way, but it's recommended that every import should stay from the top. So I import math. So math is a library that you already have. You don't need to condense or anything. Math.log 10. It gives me 2 point something. It's log 10 base E. So if I want log 10 base 10, how do I do? George, if I want log 2 base 10 without using log 10, So math.log 10 give me log base 10. So if I don't use that function, I use just dot log. So I try to get log 2 base 10. How do I do that? I cannot? Oh, hold on. Naturally.
Divided by log.
Yes. So if you want to change the base of log, you just divide it by whatever base that you want. Okay? You should know this. Okay, you should know this. This is not any trick question. Okay. If you want base 10, you can do log 10. Okay? Math.log 10. If you want exponential function, math.exp. You want pi? So if you call the function, you have open and close parentheses. But if you just call, what is that called? The member or the variable, and you just want to know the value, I think that's called attribute. You want to just know the value of pi, you see you don't have open and close parentheses, okay? That pi give you 3.141592653, blah, 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 blah. When you do the quiz, homework, or anything, and you need to use pi, don't use 3.14. If you do that, you get, I don't want to give you 0, but I really want to, okay? Try to avoid that. The full math is this. Okay, use math.pi. Sine function, if you want sine function, sine take the input as radian, not degree. So sine of 60 degree, pi over 3, you use math.pi divided by 3. And math.sine, open parentheses, put that in. Then we get sine of 60 degree. Sine of 60 degree is square root 3 over 2. If you want square root, you can do math.sqrt, parentheses 3, divided by 2. So the number, as you see, they're the same. Okay? Look at this. Square root 3 over 2. So if I do division first, you don't get that number, okay? Python do star first. Change from radian to degree. How do you do it naturally?
Use that code.
Without using that code. Answer before.
You divide by 180 and 10
I don't like your answer.
Wait,
You do something until it works, divided by pi, multiplied by 180, then you change from radian to degree. And if you want radian, you do dot radian. Okay? You want to print 10 digits. You have, we will go more about dot format, okay? But right now, just know that if you want to print 10 digits of pi, just 10, you don't want more. You do, in the single quotation mark, you have open and close curly braces. And then you have colon dot 10f. Okay, we will go more with this for format later, a lot more. Mat A10, arc10. Arc10 of 1 is 45 degree, or pi over 4 multiplied by 4 becomes pi, which is that. ERF is error function. ERF1 give me 1 over square root integration from -1 to 1 of e to power of minus t squared dt. That's error function if you ever need it. Okay? Math.e give me the value of e. Math.gamma give me n minus 1 factorial, like that. Okay? Or if your number is not integer, it do integration 0 to infinity, like gamma function. Okay, it can do special function. Math.gcd. What is that? Greatest common divisor. Between 30 and 40, you get 10. You want to get least multiplier or something? Least common multiplier?
LCM.
I cannot find LCM somehow. You try it and tell me we have LCM. So one way to do it, I use those two numbers divided by GCD. And then I'm done. Okay, that is about number. Okay, complex number, any number type. Float, int. And you know that, don't use hat, use star star. Okay?
So, can
Yes.
you repeat that print format thing?
No. I will show you a lot more later. So for now, don't try to understand it. I just give you like some appetite that we can do more. Sequence type, list, tuple, range. Okay, let's take a look at list. So I put A equal to list, parentheses, and then bracket. Okay, in the bracket I have 1, which is int, comma, quotation mark, high. That is string, right? That's not number. Comma, 3 plus 3j. That's a number but it's complex. Comma, 0.1, that's float. And I put everything in this bracket. Then it's become that list. I can actually remove the word list. Like that, okay? Or can I do like, I don't think I can do this. Can I? It takes just one argument. So quick way, don't use the syntax list, just use open and close bracket. Give you list. What is list? List is some kind of container that it preserves the order. Okay. Tuple, immutable, right? Tuple is immutable. List is immutable. I do tuple 2-4, parentheses 2-4. Actually, this one I can use bracket too, or I use parentheses. It's okay. Tuple take this one argument, and then I get tuple 2-4. Okay, it's a pair of the number which cannot be changed easily. Okay, C equal to tuple 3-4. I get 3-4. And tuple doesn't need to be pair of two numbers, it can be several number. I do tuple bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the dot in the space or something, okay? Type of bracket 1, 2, 3, that's a list. If you want to know the type, that's a tuple. Okay, now range. Range, we don't have X range. If someone asks you about the difference between, okay, let me do X range 10. Okay. We don't have X range. If someone asks you about, hey, what is the difference between range and X range? That's Python 2. Okay, Python 3 we just have range. Range, if we do range 12, I enter it, it just tells me it's range 0, 12. It doesn't tell me what it is. Okay. If I put list range 12, it shows me, it changes this into the list format. And it starts from 0 and it's end at 11. Okay, it's end at 11. George, you with me? Yeah, it's end at 11. So it doesn't include that number. Okay? And it starts from 0. Unless you tell me where to start. So I try to know the type of that. Type of that is list.
So can
Yes.
we like modify the increment because
Oh yes, yeah, we will do something. Modify the increment. Range 1, 10. Now it start from 1 and end at 9. Okay. Here I do range 1, 10, 3. It jump by 3. So it start with 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10, but 10 is at the last location and it doesn't include the last location, so it stops at 7. Yes. You can type range, start location, end location, and increment like that. Okay, print A, if you do just this, print A, it show you range. Okay, list A tell you what is inside that range. It convert from range to list. Tuple A, it convert from range to tuple. Okay. List range 12, list range 1, 10, list range 1, 10, 3. We talk about it. 1, 30, 3. So it start with 1, add 3, add 3, add 3, and end at 28. Okay. Even though the end is at 30. Sequence operation. Okay. What is sequence? Sequence, we have several things. Right? Sequence has tuple, whether it's mutable or immutable. So we have list, tuple, what else? We have range, right? That is sequence. What can we do with it? We can ask if X is in that sequence or not. X in S or not. Okay. Or X not in S or not. Or we can concatenation of S and T. Add two lists together. Like combine them. Not like really add them. Or multiplication. Multiplication means add it or concatenation several times. Okay. Operation indexing as bracket I return ith item of S. Difficult to follow, but you see by example. Okay. Let's start with list slicing. I know that you can read. Go back home and read that. Right? Okay. List slicing. Python. Okay. P equal to list Python. Python. Okay, this is the example that used in the documentation too. When you type P bracket 2, it returns the location 2. What is location 2? Okay. It starts with 0. So when I just list Python, it separate each character from each other. So I have location 0 is P, location 1 is Y, location 2 is T. So P2 is T. Okay. What about minus 2? Minus 2 means this location is minus 1 and that location is minus 2. So P minus 2 is O. So if you think about it, you put, let's take a look at indexing. 3, 5, okay, before you go, let's finish this one. P 3, 5, what does it mean? If you put more than one number, 3, 5, now it's kind of a problem, okay? Because it's not quite from 3 to 5 or something like that. Let's take a look. You put 0, so this is your number, right? You try to separate them. You put 0 before P, 1 before Y, 2 before T, 3 before H, and so on. For negative index, you put minus 1 over here, then minus 2, then minus 3. So 3, 5 means from 3 and at 5, which is HO. Okay? Because from 3 to 5 is HO. Let's take a look. P 3, 5 give me H and O. Okay? P minus 5 and 4. What is minus 5? Minus 5 is over here. 4 is over there. So minus 5 to 4 give me YTH. That's it? Yeah, give me YTH. Okay, we will go more next time, and you have homework to do. If you cannot do, come see me. And who else want to come see me? For Josh, right? When you do both and it's not the same, you do the prime number, it doesn't work, come see me. See you next time, please stop. It's time, right?